Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Anyone else could jump in when they log on. I'm going to share my screen. So while I'm sharing my screen, I can't see the chat comments as easily. So if you want to ask a question or anything like that, just unmute yourself and then ask your question. If I'm going too fast or anything, just please speak up and I'll slow down or I'll repeat it. So again, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Basili. I am the Market Center Tech Trainer, Director of Technology for Washington Township, Main Street, and the Mulliga Hill office. Along with myself, I have Amanda Matuziak and Tim Davin, who are also tech trainers. So if you ever have an issue and a question, you can just reach out to one of the three of us, and I'm sure we can help you out. Today, we're going to be dealing with marketing yourself and your listings using technology and not so much Just Command, but other technology platforms out there, along with just Facebook. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, that kind of stuff. So again, if we have any questions on as we're going through, please just speak up and I'll answer those questions. So let me just tell you a little bit about how we're going to run today's class. We're going to be using Command, another program called Listings to Leads, and then talking about Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter ads. So with that, I'll just tell you that the lead generation possibilities just using just those couple of platforms, and there are many more out there to use, if your ads are done correctly, and you'll see how that's done today, can bring in lots of leads for you into your database that you can follow up with and have potential business there. I generate anywhere between 60 and 100 leads a week with my marketing. And that's, and out of those, there might be 5 to 10 real potential there. But that's okay, because out of the rest of those, there could be future potential, or they could know somebody and they may refer us to a friend, family, or neighbor. So it's just basically almost free marketing. Leads you can get for under $1, or let's just say under $2 in most cases, that are cold to warm because they actually clicked your ad and they wanted to see what it was all about, or whether it's about you or one of your listings. The best ads that draw the most amount of leads are just listed or open house or new listing ads. And they get the most interest because people want to see what that house looks like, whether they're in the market or they're not, they want to see what the inside of their house looks like, because we give them very little in the ad. We want them to click it. We want them to register on your website or on the ad and give you their information so you have a lead from that. Just to give you an idea on what some of the ads look like, pop over into Listings to Leads. We're actually going to create one today for an open house I have this weekend. We're going to create it live on Command. But I just wanted to show you what some of the other ads look like. I just created this one this morning for the same open house. Let's see here. It's new ad, so it might not be showing up. Let's go into it in an edit mode. So basically, this is how I would create the ad. It's pretty simple. You can get in there and you can click just a few minor clicks and actually have an ad created in under a minute. That's how quick and simple this program is. With Command, it's a little bit more difficult. It may take you 3 minutes. So it's not a long time consuming thing to do. What you can see here, open house this Sunday in Glendora. Click below or text 69197 to 25678 for instant access to all the photos, details, and more. And it tells them 3-bedroom home, beautiful Glendora. Come check out come check out your new home on Sunday from 12 to 2 p.m. Then I have some graphics. Now I created these graphics in Canva. It does give you one here automatically created for you, and you don't have to make any changes to it. I like to jazz it up a little bit. And then all the ad copy and stuff is here because I have advanced turned on. So if I go in and create a new ad, say create ad, you'd see here, this is the ad here. So basically you would click on the listing, and I'm going to tell you more about this program at the end and how you can get this. If I clicked on the listing, market listing, I'm going to show you how quickly this can be done. create ad, and click create ad. That's how fast I can post an ad on Facebook and Instagram for this open house this Saturday without doing any additional editing. So if you have no desire to edit, or you have no will or background to be able to get in and edit it a lot further, you don't have to. The program will do it all for you. Like I said, I like to update the photos a little bit, make some changes that I think that work for me. You will get plenty of leads just getting in here and clicking that. So basically 3 clicks and you already have an ad created on Facebook. We'll come back and talk about this towards the end. We'll switch over to Command, and we're going to do the same thing. So let's go into the campaign section of Command, which is the little bullhorn looking icon. And if you click the red KW at the top, it tells you what all the different sections are. So this one's campaigns. And then we're going to talk about paid ads today. So we're going to go in and click on paid ads. Now, for those of you following along, if you haven't set this up yet, meaning you have your Facebook page connected or you don't have a credit card in here, it's only going to let you get so far. So if that's the case, let me know. I'll stop for a moment, let you take a moment to get your information in there. Or if you're following along, this is being recorded. So at the end, I'll give you a link where to get this, where to see this training, and then you can follow along at home when you have everything else set up. So just real quick here, let's just show you a couple of ads that have taken place over the past couple of weeks or so. Here's a listing of my listing down in the Villas. So I ran it for 10 days. I only got 9 leads from it. So this one was a little more expensive, $3.33. But this is an upper end luxury listing, has a higher price point. So we're not going to get as many leads from that. This 38 Maple Leaf Circle, this was a sample ad run during training. So even though it shows 3 days, it was start and stopped right away. So there's no leads that came in from that. The next one down, 217 Lincoln Avenue, was another one of my listings. This is sold already. I ran this one for an open house for 3 days. I had a $60 budget on it. I got 52 leads at $1.15 a piece. Okay, so that's really great response there. Another one here, Sandringham. This was last year. We ran this for 2 days for $40. Only got 4 leads off of that one. So some are hit and miss, but for the most case, you're going to get some good response and leads. So here, once you see that you're getting leads, if you want to see what those leads are, you just click on the leads itself, the word 52 leads, and it's going to show you the leads. Now, it automatically, I have it to where it's automatically tagging the leads. And anywhere you see a delete, this is where my VA has gotten in there and called them. And if they don't show any interest, or they say they're not interested, she'll put delete in there. And then I know that I can go in and delete them later on and clean them up out of the database. So to create an ad, we're going to go up to the Create Campaign button. And we want to create a social ad. So we're going to click the social ad with the paid underneath of it. And it's going to bring up a screen that's going to ask for information from us. So what are we going to call this ad? We're going to call this the address, and you can call it whatever you like. This is just the way I like to do it. And I put OH for open house. We're advertising a listing. So we're going to click the advertising listing button. And I want it just to go to Facebook. So I'm going to click on the Facebook, check that box, and click Create Campaign. And then the next step is I have to choose the listing. So what it's going to do is it's going to automatically bring up a list of my listings. And I would select the listing that I want. So in this case here, it's Price Avenue. So I'm going to select that listing. And it will bring in all that information. Now, as you can see so far, I'm just very few clicks. I haven't did a lot. And I'm pretty much already ready to publish this. I just have to fill some additional information in. So here, there's the text section. All right, so here's the listing. We're going to text section is the main copy is right above the photo in any ad. The headline is just below the photo in bold type, and the description goes under that. So we're going to fill some things in here, and then you'll see how that works. So I'm going to just go back here and copy and paste some information I already have in here. Now with Command, it is restricted in the number of characters you can use. It's only restricted to 250 characters. So a lot of times what I do is I paste it in there and then edit it from there. Whoops. edit it to make it fit. Let's try it from here. All right, so we have open house, click below. So actually everything fit. So we're just going to bring that up to be on the same line. So open house this Sunday in Glendora. Click below or text 69197 to 25678. Okay, so this I am tying back to the command, tying back from the listings and leads to the texting portion of it. Most people are going to click the learn more button and they're going to fill the information there. But for those who don't think they want to give their information on Facebook, they're going to text me and I'm going to have their phone number right away. So instead of me worrying about them entering it in here on the Facebook ad, as soon as they click text this number to me, I'll have their phone number and then I'll automatically follow up with them also. So let's bring this up one sentence here. All right, so everything, pretty much everything will show. So again, click below or text, and then 3-bedroom home in beautiful Glendora. Come check out your new home on Sunday from 12 to 2 p.m. So I try to do the same main copy on all of my ads, no matter where I'm running them. So we have some type of connectivity between all of them. When people see the ads, they may look slightly different in the vision as far as the image goes and everything. But when they read the text and everything, they see it's pretty much the same thing. So again, if I go back and look at the headline, open house in Glendora. So again, only 25 characters are allowed there. So I'm just going to drop that down to Glendora. And then the last piece here, to current price, photos and details, and more now. So we're going to edit this a little bit more to put for all of the photos and details. Click the learn more button. And here I'll use some emojis to help them find the learn more button in case they don't see it. So I'll kind of point to it a little bit. So you'll see the emojis right here pointing to the learn more button. So again, just a few minutes and I've already taken some text that I had somewhere else, but if you typed it out, it'll take you a little bit longer, giving it a headline and a description. So once everything's together, you can see here's the main copy, here's the headline, and then here's the description underneath the headline. The learn more button will be placed there automatically for you. So I'm going to click save now and then go to Facebook or go to media next. Okay, then when you do this through command and you pull your listing in through command, it'll automatically pull in all of the listing photos from the listing itself. So if I was to click this image here and say change image, I can choose from any of the images from the listing. If I've created something, I can actually add images by clicking the add image and then upload an image or browse the design section. So if you created something in designs, you save it in designs, you can actually pull it in there. So if I was click the designs library and I created something there, which I haven't, I can go in there and I can choose it. So if I wanted to say, let's just say it was for this listing, I chose that one. It might be too big and that's why it's not allowing me. Or I can upload an image from my computer. So here I want to use another image that I created in Canva. I'm going to preview and crop that image. So it looks pretty good. Actually, it's not going to fit, so we have to shrink the image down a little bit. Let's put this back in the center and save image. Okay, and that's using We're going to go back and edit that and show you that one more time. So we come back and that's using the one-to-one best for most placements. If you come down here and you pick wide, it shrinks the top and bottom, gives you a wider image across there. Vertical does the same thing, except now you have a more vertical narrow image, and then full portrait, which gives you the portrait size for mobile phones for like stories and stuff like that. So it tells you here what's the best for most placements, and that's the one we want to use. And then it gives you a setting here where you can adjust it to make sure it fits inside that box. So again, if we look over at the ad itself, we can see that everything's fitting in there. Okay. These are the actual images from the listing that's been created. Again, if you use Canva, Canva is free. It's canva.com. It's free to use. And if you type in the top real estate templates or open house templates, it'll bring up templates. This is a free template. There is a paid section of Canva, but there's enough free stuff there. You don't have to worry about paying for anything. So you pick the templates and then you just insert the images. It gives you a great tutorial if you just kind of mouse over it, and it'll tell you what to do and how to do the thing. So it's a pretty simple program to use. The DBA, the Doing Business As logo, which is our KW Washington Township, that'll get inserted automatically onto your images. We're all done this. We'll click the Save section. Now, next is the Facebook settings. This is what tells Facebook what you want to do with your ad, where do you want to post it, and how much you want to spend, and the audience you want to see it. So we'll get through all that here. We'll go through each piece. So again, account and page, the first section. Whose account is it? It's my account. Which page do I want it to post to? You may have one real estate page. You may have many real estate pages. You can choose which one you want it to post to. So I'm going to choose my main real estate page. You always want to use the Facebook lead generation tool. Okay, this one is important. This is what allows them, when they click this button, to pull their information automatically from their account. Okay, and I'm not going to be mean or anything, but people are lazy these days. Okay, they want the easiest, quickest way to get to the end means of whatever it is they're looking for. So if they click the Learn More button, they have their account set up with their email and their phone number. Obviously, they do. They have to. Otherwise, they wouldn't have a Facebook account. It automatically inserts their name, email, and phone number into the form that automatically comes up when you click the Learn More button. So by using the Facebook lead generation form, it automatically grabs their information. So they click Learn More, their information is inserted. They say, okay, it takes them to the next section where they will get the information they're looking for. So in that case, just use the Facebook lead generation. It's the best one to use. Don't use site or landing page. When you click on this the very first time, a pop-up box is going to jump up there, and it's going to ask you some questions if you want to give Facebook permission, or give command rather, permission to use your Facebook leads page and all that stuff. Just click through each of the sections and say yes. And then you only have to do that the first time, and this will come up every other time after that. Again, we want to use the Learn More button. Facebook says this is the most effective button to use. And when you click that Learn More button and they give you their information, when they click OK, the next thing it's going to do, it's going to take them to a destination. Where is it going to take them? It should take them to your to your landing page for that listing on your Keller Williams website. Okay, so if we jump over to this tab here, I already have the website open. This is my kw.com website. So what you need to do here is you need to just find this address. So if I type in 419 Price Avenue, it'll automatically pop up in addresses, and it'll bring the listing up. This landing page, you get a landing page for every one of your listings automatically. Now, if you don't have any listings and you have permission to market other agents' listings, that's great. You can do the exact same thing I just did. It'll bring up their listings. Let me just say you all have permission to always market my listings, so feel free at any time. If you want to go ahead after we're done here today, or if you're doing it along with me, and create an open house ad to get your leads, to get leads for you from the open house coming up this weekend, please feel free to do so. I don't mind, because you're giving my listing more exposure, and I'm helping you guys out by getting leads that you may be able to sell. You may get somebody that you can take through this, whether you take them through an open house or take them through on a separate appointment, and you may be able to sell this house because of an ad you created here today. So again, when we go to that web page, it automatically brings up the listing, brings up all the information. All these things pop up automatically on that landing page because that's the way it's designed to work. All we need from this to be able to direct potential leads to your web page is this URL right here. We need the website address. So if we highlight it and copy it, Control C or right click copy, and then go back to command, we're going to paste it right here in this website URL field. Now, when you do that, if you noticed, I highlighted the first part that pops up when you click into that field. We want to get rid of that. So you can either highlight and paste over it or backspace it out of it and just paste the link in there. It's going to go through and make sure it's a good website and give you a green check mark. I'm going to stop here for a moment and ask for any questions, or if anybody wants to see anything again that I've done so far on this page. Everybody's good? We got that down?
Hi.
I'm sorry. I did have a question about your, you said you had to text to a number. Was that something that you created, the text and then the number that they text to?
Yeah, on this ad here, we'll talk about that towards the end when I take you over back into this program and show you more about it. But yes, that is a feature that's available in this Listings to Leads program.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes, thank you.
you're welcome.
Chris, I do have a question.
Go ahead.
So I'm pretty new. I don't think I have my website set up or anything like that. I'm still trying to figure out Command in general.
Okay, if you go, and I'm not going to jump out of this page now, but let me point to it here on the left side. If you go to this consumer icon here at the bottom, that will take you to the part that sets up your web page. It's actually really simple to do. I mean, we can show you, we can jump on a separate Zoom call. When I say we, myself, Amanda, or Tim can show you how to do it. But if you want to give it a try on your own, you can't hurt or break anything. But when you click on that, it takes you to the site, the consumer site pages. At the very top, there is actually a guide. And if you click on that link to the guide, it will take you through step by step. You fill the information, and when you get to the done, you complete it. It has your website set up, and it gave you a step by step. It actually holds your hand through the steps to fill in everything in.
Oh, awesome. I'll give it a
All right.
shot today then. Thanks.
Yeah, if not, reach out and we'll be happy to help you with it.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we'll jump back into here. No other questions, right?
Hi, Chris. I did have one. Hi, I'm Tammy.
Okay.
You mentioned being able to advertise other agents' open house or their listings. Is that something that we just reach out to each agent individually, or do we have to get permission from their brokerage, or how does that work?
All right. So when I say permission from agents, it's permissions from agents in our office. So if you
Okay.
happen to see a listing online, you have friends in the office, you can always ask them first. Just ask any agent. I would suggest you ask them automatically. Like I can tell you, you have blanket permission from myself, Amanda, or Tim automatically.
Okay.
So you don't have to bother with either of the three of us. Any other agents, if you go to Dan Maw's team, you will reach out to Taylor on Dan Maw's team and say, hey, Taylor, I'd like to market some of your listings. I'm a new agent. I'm trying to get some leads and stuff. She will most likely say, okay. And then you can either look at a list, by bringing up the list, the office listings in the MLS in Bright, or ask her if she can email you a list of their current listings and then go from there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem.
And with the do you allow other agents to do open houses for you?
A lot of agents do. I have a team, so they always go to my team
Okay.
first. But if my team is not available, I do put it out for other agents.
Okay.
So yeah, just keep an eye on Facebook. I'll usually put something up there if I'm looking for somebody.
Hey, Chris, this is Brian. I have a question for you. If we're creating an ad outside of the command platform, like in Canva, does that have to go through a compliance check before posting it to Facebook or somewhere else?
No, so if you look at this image here,
Yeah.
there is nothing on here that says Keller Williams, right? It will automatically insert the Keller Williams ad here or logo there. It automatically inserts it, which makes it compliant. But there's no call to action, so you're not clicking to anything. Your name is not on this part here. None of it is on this image that you're creating in Canva, so that's not a big deal. What happens is your Facebook page has to be compliant, so it has to say your name and then Keller Williams Realty. You can't use the word realtor, or I shouldn't say you shouldn't use the name. Use the word realtor in your title of your page, of your Facebook page. And then your Facebook page has to be compliant also. So if you're putting together your Facebook business page for the first time, you probably want to send a link to Jerry McCarthy and let him take a look to tell you if everything's okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. But as long as your Facebook page is compliant, then anything you post using your Facebook page, that ad would be compliant. Like if I was to post this right now just on my personal page, I would be in violation.
Yeah.
If I posted this right now under my Facebook business page, I'm okay, because when people click this ad, they're going to see it on my page, which is going to have the office name, address, phone number, my personal information, license number, if I choose to put that, whatever, it's all there on the page itself. So it makes it compliant. That's
Makes
with Facebook and Instagram. Okay. If you're creating an ad in Canva and you're just going to blast it out everywhere, but on social media, then you have to have all the compliance stuff there. It has to have the office name, address, phone number, things like that.
Got it. Thank you. Appreciate
All right.
it.
And let's see. So Brian, let me see who else signed on here after we started, so I can just make sure I have good attendance. We have Brian, and I saw Gail, Brittany, Tammy. I think I have you guys. Real quick, let me throw you in the attendance here just so I could turn it in for the office. So we have Brian. Glenn. All right. I always just like to keep that, because this credits when your attendance is checked off, it actually credits your account within our white pages, our leadership side, and allows us to get some statistics by the number of people that actually go to training versus the amount of production they do. And they say Keller Williams agents that attend training at least 2 to 3 times a week will produce a lot more than agents who do not attend training. So I always like to make sure your attendance is logged. All right, so back to the Facebook settings again. Okay, so I have the URL in there. Don't worry about this choose landing page, because your landing page is actually the URL. So you only want to do this part of the step, but not the right side. Next part of this is your audience. Okay, so let me tell you this, unless you know Facebook well and have been marketing on it for many years and understand the algorithm, and every time it changes, you understand the changes, then don't make any adjustments here with the exception of one. Okay, so use auto audience. Facebook and Command will take care of creating the ad and putting it in the right place for people to see. All right, so the only change you want to make is the radius, how many miles around the listing. Okay, so if you look at a radius map, or you look at the Google Maps and you see, where Glendora is, and you know that it's about 10, 11 miles to Philadelphia, or 14 miles to Philadelphia from Glendora, and 30 miles to maybe Atlantic City or whatever it might be, right? Then that's how you want to base your radius. In most cases, 15 to 20 works fantastic. 25 is okay. Anything more than that, then you're putting your ad out a lot further than it needs to go. The idea is to market your ad within the locale around the listing itself, reaching out to the people that are within that radius. Now, will this ad get seen outside of the radius? Absolutely. Facebook has a great system, but they can't actually police it to keep it within that circle, that radius. So that's okay. And we wanted to get out there, but why pay for more than you have to? If you notice on the audience definition here on the right, it shows gauge how many people your ad will reach on Facebook selections. Okay, so using the auto audience at 20 miles, it's going to reach about 1.2 million people, and anywhere in the green is acceptable. So if I was to change this and make this 10 miles, all right, it should adjust. Actually, 15 is the least you can do. So let's just leave it at 15. It's 1.7, right? So I went down a mileage and the potential reach went up because it's more of a refined search. I go up to 25 miles, you would think that would change for the higher also. But again, it makes it to 2.6 because now I'm going out 25 miles, but I'm also refining the search down because it's a larger radius. So from 15 to 25 is generally good. I go in the middle most times and pick 20. The listing where I have down in the villas, I actually put a 50-mile radius around that because it's at the tip of the state, and half of that diameter is out in the water, right? So it's not going to reach, but I wanted it to go towards Philadelphia, and I wanted to reach into Philadelphia and things like that. So when I put 50 miles, it actually reaches more towards the coast, the opposite coast where the Delaware River is, and potentially into Philadelphia. So my potential reach was still only under 2 million with that 50-mile radius, but only because half of it was water. All right, so we can get this adjusted there. And then once you finish that detailed targeting section, again, just use auto audience and adjust your radius if you want to, but otherwise just leave it however it's set. And then click save. Okay, the lead settings are things that teams will use. You won't see this, and if you do, it's grayed out on your screen if we're a single agent. If you're on a team and you're a team member, you won't see this either. It'll be grayed out. But this is for the rainmakers, and this basically tells the ads what's going to happen with it once it posts. So you have an automatic setting here, which means the lead routing is going to automatically set based on the default. So again, here's the defaults that are set up in mine. So I want it to be Facebook buyers. It's going to auto tag it to 419 Price Avenue. So I'm going to create a new tag for that one. And then what smart plan do I want to assign it to? Okay, so I don't have a smart plan set up yet, but you can see here I have Facebook ads, open house, 217 Lincoln Avenue, Main Street, that was for training, things like that. So I will go in and create a smart plan before I actually post this on to go out, and then add that smart plan in here. So what happens is when this lead clicks on the Facebook ad, the learn more button, and they provide their information, name, telephone number, and email gets put in the command. The moment it comes in the command, it automatically is added this tag, 419 Price Avenue. When that tag is added, it tells, oh, let me add that smart plan. In this case, it'll be Facebook open house for Price Avenue. And that smart plan will automatically text them within 2 minutes of them coming into your system. So they're not only going to see the information they want, they're going to get an automated text from you saying, and that first part of the smart plan, and we're going to go into that before the class is done. That first part of the smart plan basically says, thank you for clicking on our ad on Facebook for 419 Price Avenue. This is just a reminder that there's an open house this weekend on Sunday from 12 to 2 p.m. And there's a 1-day delay, and then they'll get an email and a text on day 3. And then another day delay if there's enough time in the week, and then they'll get a text on the morning of the open house saying, just a reminder, there's an open house today from 12 to 2. Okay, that's all automated. If you set it all up ahead of time, the system will take care of contacting them. Is that a reason for you not to bother contacting them? Absolutely not. This is just automation, and you still need to reach out to find out what their motivation is. If they're interested, they may not be interested in this house after they sold it, but if you reach out to them, you could have them interested in other homes and possibly working with you. If you don't reach out to them, you'll never know that they're not interested, and they're just going to sit as a lead sitting in your command and not ready to be doing anything. So I'm going to save this for the moment here. I'm not going to go any further with this. And we're going to go to duration and budget. Okay, this says how long you want the ad to run and how much money you want to spend on it. Okay, so in this case here, I want the ad to run from today, which it's not going to run from today because our command automatically puts it to the next day, even though if I set this to publish within the next 2, 3, 4 hours, by early afternoon, it'll automatically start early in the evening. But command won't allow that, so we automatically put June 1st, which is the next day, and it'll automatically start it once it's ready and approved. I want to run it until the day of the open house. So here we're going to go to Sunday the 5th. Okay, so 4 days, $30, $7.50 a day. That's a good range. You can spend as little as $1 a day, so $4 in this case, or as much as you want. And $30 is a good range. Just leave it there at 30 unless you want to spend more, and it'll give you a good coverage out in the Facebook world. Once you're all finished here, you click the save button. Now I'm going to click Save Draft here, and I'm not going to go any further with this because I want to go set up the smart plan so you guys can see that real quick, how that works, and then come back and add the smart plan into the ad. Any questions on completing the ad setup?
On the lead generation, you said it automatically takes you back to command. Now I'm not a part of a team, so is there a specific? This just takes it back to my command.
Right. So that first line, that first one there in the lead generation, you won't have that, or you won't be able to select that. You'll just be able to add a tag and add a smart plan to it. Okay, so let me here go into smart.
I have one quick question, Chris.
Go
I
ahead.
apologize if you covered this. In that section that you were in last time, did you select like the special ad category, or does it automatically assume one before it goes to
Automatically,
Facebook for approval?
automatically gives you the special ad category of housing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Automatically set up through command. You won't need to make that change at all.
Okay, thank you.
I don't cover that because most people don't know about that. So good catch there, Brian.
I advertise with our short-term rental and it dinged on it sometimes for forgetting to check that off.
Yes,
So
yes, a lot of
so
people
I'm
do.
aware of it. Yeah, thanks.
A lot of people do. All right, so here are my list of smart plans, okay? And I'm basically just going to go to one that I've used before and I want to make a copy of it. It's easier than having to recreate the whole thing over and over. This one I can get in here, edit the necessities for this listing and have a new one that's ready to go. So I'm just going to go into here, click the three dots and copy. And then we'll then create a new one and put it at the top. So I'm going to put Facebook ads open house, take out the agent's name because she is not doing anything with this open house, and then put the address in. Actually, I'll shorten this up so I can see everything. Okay, now that it's here, okay, we're in Smart Plans. So you've never used Smart Plans before. You say, okay, he's going to show me stuff here. He's going to go through it real quick. But what I show you here will work if you were to create a brand new Smart Plan from scratch. So real quick, if I click Create Team Smart Plan, you give it a name. I'm just going to call it that one real quick and then open it up. Yeah, all right, I know it already has that name, so let me get rid of that. And then the window it opens it up in is the exact same window we're going to be looking at, except there's going to be steps and things here. All right, so I'm not going to continue with this one. I'll take you back into the one I want to edit and then talk about all the features of the Smart Plan itself. All right, so again, this is the Smart Plan that I want here, the second one down. Let me go ahead and delete this. Click on the pencil to edit the Smart Plan. And again, the same window, except there are events already set up here. So real quick, let's talk about the right side. And these are the actions. This is what creates the event. So you can create a task. A task is an item that you create in the Smart Plan itself that will trigger at any given time that you tell it to, that basically gives you a task to complete, like make a phone call on Tuesday next week, contact the lead to make sure they receive the listings, things like that. Set up an email, text, or phone call with creating a task. Make a call, pretty self-explanatory. It's just a step that tells you, hey, I want you to make a phone call. And then in most cases, if you set a task up making a phone call, sometimes it'll give you scripts on the type of phone call you choose. This one will just basically tell you to make a phone call, and you can actually type the reason for that phone call in there. Send an email, again, creating an email, and we'll look at that in a moment. Send an SMS, a text. Again, we'll look at that in a moment. A delay is the time between one step and the next step. So here's step one, send a text. A 1-day delay, send an email. Okay, so that's set delays. Add to Smart Plan. So here we're adding a Smart Plan at the end of this one to jump into a second Smart Plan you might have set up. And then restart Smart Plan is basically that. It'll restart the Smart Plan from the beginning, depending on where the events are and what day you're on. Any question on the actions? Okay. On this left here, we're gonna edit this one here to work with the current open house. So what I want to do is hi or hey, first name. This is, in this case here, these will all have my name on them. So I will put my name in there. With the Vasili Home Team and Keller Williams Realty. I saw that you were interested in our open house at (118) Price Avenue, Glendora. Boy, can't type today, that's for sure. Please let me know if you have any questions about the property. If you would like some help with your home search, we are excited to see you on Sunday. We're going to correct the date here. The open house is from 12 p to 2 p. All right, and that's the text. Check mark saves it. So what happens again, when they click that learn more button and give us their information, they get put into our command. The first text they're going to receive just says that right there. There'll be a 1-day delay, then they'll receive an email. And again, the email says, I just wanted to thank you again for your interest in our open house at. We look forward to and excited to see you on June 5th. Open house, again, the times. In the meantime, please let us know how we can best serve you in your home search. They'll also send another text, basically saying the same thing on the same day it sends the email. So a lot of times I just come up here and copy the same text from the email and then type it right back in here. So 2 days, 4 steps, 3 touches. Okay, so this would be from a Wednesday to Saturday open house. What I want to do for a Sunday open house is I want to add one that fits in on a 3rd day. So we're going to add another day delay here, 1 day delay. And then the smart plan will add one more text here and then put some of this information here. Just wanted to remind you about our open house at 419 Price Avenue today. We are excited to see you. Again, period there, get rid of this. The open house from 12 to 2. Okay, so Saturday or Sunday, this should trip up. Let's see if it goes live today. Yeah, if it goes live today, this wouldn't work. If it goes live tomorrow, it would, because there's enough delays in between. So you have to be cognizant of when your ad goes live and if you use the word today. The easiest way around it is just to say on Sunday. So that way, no matter what day it trips, if it trips on Saturday, it's telling them on Sunday. If it trips on Sunday, hey, okay, it's Sunday. If it trips on Friday for some reason, because you started your ads earlier in the week, it's just a reminder that it's on Sunday. Any questions with setting up the smart plan? Okay, so now that we have a smart plan that's set up and we've given it a title right here, you can add a trigger event. Now, if you're adding a trigger event, this trigger event here works the same way as the tag that I put in the ad itself. The difference is if you're not running the ad and they're not being automated into your system, in other words, you enter them in automatically, you can add the tag 419 Price Avenue to automatically trigger the smart plan, or you can just add the smart plan to them as a contact. So let me save this. And then go back to the campaign. We're going to click on the edit campaign. Go down to lead settings. Okay, so Facebook buyers, Price Avenue, and here, smart plan. We're going to trigger that smart plan, click save. Okay, now this is ready to be published. Once I click the publish campaign, it'll pop up a box and say, okay, you want to start this campaign. We're going to charge it to this credit card. Right, so if you have your credit card set up in there, automatically would show that. And then you click create campaign. So before I do that, while we're in here, is there any questions or any section that you need me to see again or want me to go over the specifics in that section?
Hey, Chris, quick question. So if I'm in setting up a campaign today, 5/31, and I expect it to go live, based off the Facebook approval process or whatever, June 1st, does the smart plan start, should I assume that it starts at that same day, or is there another like day delay in that where I'm setting up to contact someone that clicks on it?
The
That's going
smart
out to
plan,
everybody?
Does that make sense? Yeah, like this. Yeah.
the
I
smart
guess
plan
once it-
automatically goes to each lead that clicks that Facebook ad. So if that Facebook lead comes in on Wednesday when your ad starts, it'll start immediately upon them clicking it. So within a minute or so of it
Okay,
coming into
okay.
your command, it starts. Now, if they click it Saturday, they're going to get that first text where it said, "Thank you for clicking the ad," or whatever like that. You have interest in this, and the open house is Sunday, right? So they're going to get 3 more texts after that, or 2 more texts and an email after that, right? And it could happen Monday, Tuesday, whatever, after the open house. I look at that as, okay, they're getting extra texts about an open house that just happened. In their mind, if they didn't go,
I
like,
see.
oops, I missed it. But what's happening is you're staying in contact with them. You're giving them a reason to reach back out to you. That reason can be, oh, the open house was Sunday. I'm still getting this text. Your responsibility, oh, my apologies. Something must have mistriggered in my system. How can I help you? What house would you like to see?
Yeah,
Anything
yeah.
like that. Find their motivation, right? So I don't worry about the minutia of that, no matter when it goes out. I know I want it to start on the day that they get the original, that they click on the original ad. But if you notice, every step of that smart plan mentions the open house date and time. So no matter which day it starts on, they're getting the same information every day. So if they start on a Wednesday, they're going to get it a couple times and leading up to the open house. If they start on a Thursday, they're going to get 2 of them instead of 3 leading up to the open house. If they start on Saturday, they're only going to get 1 before the open house clicks in,
But it'll come
and then the
after.
next one's going to happen on Monday, but
Yeah.
that's okay. I don't mind.
Okay. No,
Right.
I wasn't tracking on what the trigger was on there, but now I do. So thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, no
Appreciate it.
problem. Tammy, did you have something you want to ask?
I did. I'm sorry. I'm at work, and so I'm
It's
I'm
okay.
missing bits and pieces. So I'm gonna definitely need the video. But as I'm looking at the open house, I guess flyer or advertisement, so it has the day of the week, but not the actual date. The
Correct.
date
Right. It
is
doesn't, the
somehow.
only one that gives the date is the very first one.
Oh. Okay, and then I'll look at the rest for the creating a smart plan because I haven't done that yet.
Okay. All right, if there's no other questions, then we'll just go ahead and publish this campaign. This is live, so I'm going to let this fly, and then when it actually gets approved, it'll automatically go out. And then I'll have my marketing done for my open house for this weekend. I run it 2 places. I'll run it here in Command, and I run it in the listings to leads. I actually have some credit left over from an ad that probably stopped earlier. I stopped, so it's going to use up any unused credit first, and then only charge me the difference to my credit card. So this will go ahead and complete the step. It'll publish and it'll go back out to the main page, and you'll see what that looks like. Pending review. Okay, so this will go out to the Facebook team and they'll look it over, make sure it meets all their specifics. If it meets and is permitted, it'll run and it'll say active here. If not, it'll say denied, and you have to go in and figure out what happened and make the corrections. Most times, if you follow the steps I just did using a graphic with minimum text, it'll be approved with no problem. All right, so let's go back and talk about listings to leads real quick. All right, so let me show you a little more about this one. I'm going to go back to the main page for listings to leads. So what listings to leads is it is another software application that allows you to market your listings from this software platform. It is it pulls in your listings automatically from the MLS. So you don't have to worry about loading any information over your listings in there. It generally happens within 3 to 5 hours of your listing going live. It'll pull the information in. Once you go to the listings tab, you will see your current active listings. Actually, you will see all of your listings until you delete it, up until the number that it allows. Okay. So this one here just closed on Friday. So I'm going to mark this now. Just sold. Let's see here. Where's the sold that I want? Just sold listing agent. Okay, and that's going to automatically produce. That's going to why it didn't. Let's try it one more time. It's going to automatically, there we go. It's going to automatically produce some marketing onto my Facebook page. It may happen while we're still on the training. If it does, I'll jump over because I'll get a text telling me it happened. But otherwise, here are the active listings. So just Atlantic Avenue and Price Avenue, both were listed early last week. So they're still in a just listed phase. 24 Sussex Street has been listed for a couple of weeks. That's a lease. And this one's been listed for a while, so it shows active. But these are my 5 current active listings. And actually, there's one more that's brand new that I just put in this morning, so it hasn't come into here yet. When it does, then that'll be in the list also. From here, I can look at the listing itself and see the details of the listing and make any changes to it I want here. So even though I have certain information in the MLS, I might want to come in here and add some additional information or change some of the information, add new features, change the public remarks. All that stuff can be changed from the screen. I can also add open houses. I can look at the photos, videos, and 3D tour. Right, so the videos and 3D tour, if I was to look at this right now and look at preview, let's see, include with unbranded tools. Autoplay it when it's on the website. So we'll go to the website and take a look at that. Save that. What happens is this program automatically takes all of the still images and creates a video, adds a little music to it, and posts it on your YouTube channel automatically. That happens for you as part of the software practice or platform. It gives you a bunch of links you can use, autoresponders, all these other things are included, no additional cost. It allows you to create ads. So besides marketing the listing, we're going to come back to that in a minute. Besides marketing the listing, it allows you to create landing page ads and PDF guide ads. So what are they, right? So landing page, if you have a landing page for free home values, you pick that, it'll create an ad for that. If we look at that real quick, this here will create an ad. You pick the image you want to use, or you can use one of their stock images. It creates this whole thing here with the text and puts out an ad. Get your free home value report now. Recent home sales have affected your home's value. Get your home's new value instantly for free. Click below for free information. And they click the learn more button. It takes them to a page. They add in their address. It'll automatically bring back the value of their home based on the most recent sales. And then it'll give them additional information once they enter their name and their email and a phone number if you have that turned on. So you're getting free home value ads as part of this also. The other feature is PDF guides, right? So again, you can create ads on Facebook. You can also download these and have free ads on Facebook without paying for them. And these are a bunch of different guides, down payment assistance, buy a new construction home. All these things are included for free. When I first signed up with them about 8 years ago, none of these features were available. All I was able to do was market my listings. And I stuck with them because it was a good source of leads coming in all the time. I have brought in thousands of leads with this company that I've converted to many sales over the last 8 or 9 years for very little cost on the lead side. It is a well worth it expense. It's not free. It's $40 a month for up to 10 listings. You get 10 listings for free. And then if you need to expand past that, if your business is soaring and you want to expand past that, you can expand past the 10 listings. The other nice feature about this is it doesn't have to be your listing. If that agent or an agent in our office is giving you permission, then you can come in here and say add listing. Does anybody have an active listing right now?
No,
I do.
I'm new.
I'm
I have
sorry.
one that's coming soon.
Somebody say I do.
No, I said I'm new.
Oh, okay.
I said that I have one that's coming soon. It's published already on the MLS.
Is it published as coming soon?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it won't bring it. It has to be active. So basically what happens if I went to find an active listing on here, whether it's mine or not, I put in the zip code, I put in the MLS listing ID and click grab, and it will bring it into listings and leads. Now, when I do this, you notice there's a little check mark. It says, this is my listing. If I uncheck that, it'll tell you here, check this if you'll send a seller an email notifications. If it's unchecked, it'll give you the ability to send the agent an email saying, okay, I'm going to market your listing. Okay, so you can market
Can
other
you say
agents'
that?
listings for
I'm
your
sorry,
office.
can you say that again?
Yes, if you uncheck this and then click grab, once it brings the
Mhm.
listing in, it's going to ask you for the listing agent's email. In other words, it's a way that you're asking permission a second time. It'll send that listing agent an email saying, okay, me, Tammy Jackson or whatever, I'm going to market your listing.
Okay.
If you already have permission from the agent, you can bypass that step by just checking this. It doesn't put your name on the listing anywhere. other than the marketing for marketing purposes. It doesn't say that it's your listing. It just says that you're marketing that listing.
If it's checked. So if we were, since you've given us permission, we would just leave that checked.
Correct. Correct. Okay.
Thank you.
And like I said, once you bring it in, it brings it in this format here and you get to see it. So one of the other things I didn't mention real quick, but I did show you in the very beginning, and for those of you who are not on, I'll do it real quick again. I wanted to market a listing. I click on the market listing button. So that's one click. Brings up the ad. If I'm happy with everything I see here, I click create ad. That's 2 clicks. And that's it. So in under 1 minute, I've created an ad that will get marketed on Facebook. And that ad will look like, and normally you can click this once it's live, but it won't because it's not live yet. It's brand new, fresh, so I can't see it yet. But once you do and you click that, you can actually see what the ad looks like. Other than that, you're just looking at it in the edit phase when we were here, when I had the 2 clicks. So here you can see everything that's going on in the ad, the image, the text, all the information that's part of this. So I wanted to get rid of here, this room is spacious and ready, get rid of this last sentence because it's cut off. Listings to leads only takes so many characters also from your MLS. I click update and it automatically shortens that to what I want it to. So again, real quickly, I was able to create that ad in 2 clicks in under a minute. This will go out and start to generate leads. It will come into your listings, the leads. This, you'll get an email and a text that you've received a new lead if you have the texting feature. And if you don't have the texting feature, you just get an email saying you have a new lead from listings to leads. If you set up command in the marketplace, there is a listings to leads to command tool. It costs $10 a month, but automatically bring your information into command. So if you're getting a lot of leads, it's worth it because you'd be spending more time retyping them in there. In the beginning, when you're just getting a few here and there, type them in manually, but otherwise go ahead and spend that $10 on that tool that's in the marketplace. Now we talked about the program itself. It's $40 a month. If you want to add the text back feature, in other words, click text this number to this number for instant access, that's 10 additional dollars, so $50 a month. And you have all of these features. It's the same every month, up to 10 listings. And once a listing goes under contract or sold, you can click the sold ad, run the ad, and then delete the listing, and it gives you room for another new listing. Like I said, I've been using this for 9 years, and it gives me a fantastic response. Any questions here?
So for a house, would you do it on one or the other in command or listings to leads, or would you run the same ad on Facebook for the same house?
I do both. I run them on both command and listings to leads, and I change something in one of the two. Like here, I use the same text, but I change the image. I might change the text and keep the same image.
Okay.
Okay, so just
And
depends on
the value add to that is that is it hitting a different audience in listings to lead, or is it just putting it out there more to this?
it might hit a slightly different audience, but a lot of the algorithms set up the same. But it's just the saturation thing. It's just giving you more saturation out there. So if you have a budget where you set at $50 for your marketing, then put 25 into here and 25 into command, or whatever the minimums are. Like here, there's a minimum. In other words, I can't say that I'm going to run this. I'm in an actual ad, but on a new ad, it asks you how much you want to spend on how many days. If it's 7 days, the minimum that listings the leads will allow you to spend is $35. In command, the minimum it'll allow you to spend is $1 a day, but you want you to spend at least $2 or $3 a day, but you can get away with $1 in a day in command. So just break it up till it fits your budget. On any of my listings, an open house, I'll spend up to $100, $150 for the open house because I know I'm probably going to sell, especially in this market we're in, I'm going to sell this listing in about a week and a half. So if the first few days I don't have enough showings or any offers, then I create the open house. This listing here is a great example. This listing went live last Tuesday. We had some showings through the week, only 1 or 2 over the weekend. I didn't receive any offers. So I talked to the seller on Sunday and said, hey, I want to run an open house next weekend. Of course, they said, go ahead. And between now and then, we'll market the hell out of it in the open house. So I spent very little on the marketing on this until this week. So giving the agents a chance to show the house once a night, and then I throw it out into the public and let them see it, reach out to their agents to see it. Or come to the open house and hopefully not have an agent and give one of my buyer's agents a chance at it.
And the text number is created through this listings to lead platform?
Yes, the listing leads got the section's called IVR, text and IVR. So here you can see here are the listing. Here is the, I get, again, with 10 listings, you get 10 numbers to use. So here is this one here, Price Avenue. It automatically assigns it when the listing comes in from the MLS.
Okay, cool.
It'll automatically assign it. And then once it does that, this number here is the same all the time, 25678 for the short code. Or if you want to use the 888 number, you can use that too. Either one will give you the same information.
Awesome. Thank you.
So
So,
did you start using?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, did you start using these things as soon as you started getting like listings? I'm just trying to first even get a buyer. So, or did you use it in, you know, regardless?
So I started using it early on. In my business, I was only an agent for like 3 months when somebody recommended this to me. And I started out using it, using other agents' listings. And that's how I got buyers. And then once I got my first listing, then I went in and I put that in there. So I use it for both. But this, as of right now, if you use my listings, you're not marketing a listing really, you're marketing my listing to get buyers. When I use this with my listings, I'm not marketing to get sellers, I'm marketing to get buyers.
Okay.
If I wanted to market to get sellers, that's when I'm going to use the ads for the landing pages and use the free home value ad and things like that.
Okay. Okay.
But the nice thing with the free home value is when you get into here, if I go into profile here, when you have this set up and you go into profile, if I go into auto posting, it posts all of these things. Coming soon, just listed, open house active, pending, just sold, and price reduced. It posts all these things to my Facebook pages automatically at no cost. So I'm automatically marketing to sellers and or buyers, depending on the type of ad that's coming up, automatically for free. If I click on the seller lead ads, same thing. It's putting the home value ad post automatically. And it'll run it, and I can have it post once a week for 4 weeks. I run it every other week. I run a down payment assistance one once a month. And I run a new construction ad twice a month. These all post for free, again, as part of the program. Once you have it set up, it'll post all these ads for free. You're not paying for any of these, and they're dropping them onto your Facebook page. Now, when you get into your Facebook page, you can click the share button and share it out to your private feed. And now you're reaching out to all those people that are not a member or have liked your Facebook page. So now they're going to get to see your information. They're going to get to see your ads. And potentially, if they like it, then they're going to like your page. So you're going to build up the attendance and the likes on your Facebook page. So a lot of people said, well, I'm new and I don't want to spend that money. Hey, I get it. I spent a lot of money when I was new and didn't get anything out of it. I totally get it. If there's any expense you're going to expend, don't buy realtor.com leads. Don't buy Zillow.com leads. Don't buy leads from anybody. Buy a software platform where you can get your own leads at a lot less money. So there's no way you're going to get realtor.com, Zillow, or any of those other platforms for $40 or $50 a month. I can tell you that confidently. The minimum you're going to spend is at least $200 a month. And you're going to, maybe if you're lucky, you're going to get 10 crappy leads that 3 other agents got also for the same lead. Here, you're going to spend $50 a month and you could potentially generate as many leads as you want to run ads for. Now you have some expenditure. It's the $50 a month for the program. It's the advertising cost for the ad itself, but you still can keep that budget well under $200 a month and you're going to have leads to work with. So it's a better expense to spend. Now, why am I pushing this to you? I'm not really pushing. I share things that work. I don't share software platforms that don't work. I share things that work. Do I get something from this? Yeah, if you signed up after you stay there for 30 days, I get $6. So it's definitely a way for me to help pay my car payment. I'm just joking. But basically, I do get a little referral fee, but that's not the reason I refer it out to you. I want to give you tools that'll work for you where you'll spend a little bit of money instead of a lot of money for things that don't work. So in the chat, I'm going to post a link. That link is to sign up. Now, if you went to this website and you signed up for it automatically on their website without using the link, it's going to give you a 14-day trial. You sign up using the link that I'm giving you, it's going to give you a 21-day trial. At that end of that 21 days, you don't need a credit card to sign up or anything. At the end of that 21 days, if you want to continue, then you go in and put your information in and you can sign up from there. So in the next 21 days, if you choose to use this, you potentially could put leads into your command and into your listings to leads, CRM part of it, and have potential business coming there. It'll cost you absolutely nothing to do other than if you're running an ad. Any questions?
I have a general question. So new agent, this training was awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to schedule it. Is this like, if I see additional, marketing yourself trainings on the command calendar, is this like a rolling thing that you do where you cover different topics, or do you kind of cover this same intro thing during each session?
I actually do this same class at least once, if not twice a month. And I do another portion of command at least once or twice a month. The other times I teach, it's a rolling, just different techniques and different topics.
And where would I find that?
You'll find that here on the, let me add this attendee here. For those of you, you can see my screen. Did I miss anybody that's name is not on this list?
Brian, George from the front desk will be sending out a June class schedule, probably today or tomorrow, I would think. So I'll be sending that to all the agents from our office too.
Okay. And are they like, I still work my full-time job. So it's a little tricky sometimes to get on during the day. Since this is recorded, do you send out the link to watch back?
Actually, I'll send out. Generally, what I'll do is I'll send out a link for our YouTube page if it's something I want to keep there. Otherwise, for those of you that signed up here today or signed in today, you'll get the link to the recorded Zoom. But I'm probably,
so as long as they're signed up for it, then we'll get the link.
Yeah, I'm probably going to put this one on our YouTube page. That is, I'll put that link in the chat right now.
Okay.
But that does happen with a lot of the classes, Brian. That's why it's important to sign up for them. Because then a lot of times if they're recorded, the recording goes out to those who have registered.
Yeah, that's good to know. Thanks, Terry.
Yep.
So this is what it looks like when you sign in. Here's the link in the chat. So it looks like when you sign in, just go to, you'll see it here in this list, but otherwise you click playlists and then click KW Command Training. And then whatever's there will come up in this side list. And you'll just look for today's title, which will be Market Yourself Using KW Command. And actually, I'm going to change the title. So just look for Market Yourself Using Technology, because that's the title going forward in the next month's training. So Market Yourself Using Technology. All right, and it's in that link I dropped in the chat for everybody. So do yourself a favor right now. Go and copy and paste these links into a little notepad or something where you can find them, because once we end the class, you won't have access to these links. So if you want to use them, go ahead and copy and paste them now so you can find them later on. Any other questions? You guys find this helpful? You think you can get it done and get some leads out of it?
Yeah, it was great, Chris. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.